Hello, hello, good night. Welcome to the live. All right, tonight we're watching a relationship panel discussion and exploring and the advice being shared. So, relationships are always complex and it's always interesting to hear different viewpoints. So, I'll be reacting and adding my commentary as we watch. All right. So, let me go ahead and add the screen. All right, let's hear Miss Kitty.
What was your driving force behind your total submission to God?
Ooh, Lord, you're going to get me crying up here, Jesus. I was living in a sinful life, relationships and friendships and habits that God had been prompting me to release. But I was choosing not to release. I was being disobedient because I knew if I fully surrendered that God was probably going to get rid of the things that I cherished. And also, whatever he calls for you to release, if you don't release it after he's told you to do it time and time again, it becomes heavy. And it was one day where I decided I wanted to throw a party. And I was taking pickleback shots. I didn't swag surfing on my own couch. I was doing everything that I was doing it. I didn't need no backup, okay? And that night I tossed and turned. And the next morning, God gave me a dream. And in that dream, God said, this is life or death for you. And so it's either going to be a yes or a no. Because the other thing that I learned is that I was chasing and fighting for peace, and I was never going to have peace unless I gave a yes and I followed through on my yes. And when I gave that yes, although there was turmoil that took place because hell was agitated when I gave that yes, baby, hell was pissed off. But I always say I had heaven and its angels to back me up, and they came fighting for me, okay? And then I saw the oil. I saw the overflow of oil. I saw my children picking up Bibles. I said, my baby pick, Lord, my God, on today. Oh, God. I saw my 10-year-old pick up a Bible and a highlighter. And she just read and she said, Mom, I want to know who Jesus Christ is a little bit more. And the very things that I prayed for, I saw an overflow in my friendships. I saw my friends getting the things that I prayed and wore in the closet for behind them. And I said, my obedience and my surrenderance and my submission is tied to something outside of me. So y'all may see Kitty Rose on stage, but behind stage, I'm in my prayer closet. I'm warring. I'm interceding for people. I don't do the same things that I did because I serve an amazing God. And I see my mom restoring to health. I see my grandmother restoring to health. I see my family restoring to health. I see my husband in his prayer. And so that's what tied me to my surrenders, because I finally have peace. I finally have peace, and I went through hell this year. And I finally have peace. That's what made me submit, because I can't get peace from nobody in this planet, and I try to. I can't get peace from no alcohol. I can't get peace from no drugs. I can't get peace from no people, but I got peace from God. And guess what? In that peace, another thing that made me submit is I saw the thousands and the millions of people that God called me to serve. And a lot of y'all are in this room right now. That's what it was, baby.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Wow. I love watching Kitty. Whenever she talk about relationship, she goes deep and she include God in it. So, in a relationship, there have to be communication. And yeah, so let's listen some more. Okay.
Why does men make the new women he date be held accountable for their past women's mistakes?
You thought when I started dating you, I was dating you because I saw a wife. No, I saw a hospital, a therapist, a bandage. I saw something I can drain from. I seen your light, your energy, and your aura, and I said, I want some of that. But see, here's the thing. I didn't want to find it inside myself. I wanted to siphon it from you because you were so giving of it, so understanding. When I told you where I was hurt, you said, I'd never do that to you. You thought that vulnerability meant you should draw closer. You didn't even see it as a red flag. You saw it as an invitation. And every day in this relationship, when I mess up, because you so understanding, because you didn't see me as your partner, you saw me as your son, somebody to raise, give unconditional love for. And you said, you know what? I'm not going to be like that other woman. Because guess what? That other woman probably left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay. I'm going to put up with. I'm going to endure. I'm going to prove to you that I can be a wife. And then maybe you do, but you end up limping your down that aisle trying to get that ring that you had to endure for. I guess what I'm saying is make sure that man sees you as a person, a partner, and not a hospital. He is not a charity case. Because right now your question is asking, why is he? Instead of why am I inviting men that ain't healed yet?
Wow. Let's hear Miss.
As a single man who doesn't have any kids, why do we catch criticism for not wanting to commit to a woman who has kids?
Okay, so here's the thing. It's not that y'all catch criticism from not wanting to date a woman who has kids. It's that because when you don't want to date this woman who has kids, you interfere with other people wanting to date her and try to push the narrative that if she's not your type, she shouldn't be anybody else's type too. We never get mad when anybody talks about the things that they like. It's when the conversation becomes that nobody should want to be with y'all single mothers, do we start getting the backlash, right? Because if you don't want to date women with kids, guess what? Don't date women with kids.
This ain't me saying you ain't a real man if and a real man would. This is me saying shout out to the men that step up where other men stepped out.
I'm with you.
Shout out to the men that seen the value in you as well as that life. Shout out to the men, because without those men, where would I be? There are so many boys that needed that guidance and that direction. And there's a man that loved their mama so much, they loved them too. They showed up for them. Let me tell you this. I'm glad you disqualified yourself, because single moms ain't for every man. You got to have a certain level of responsibility, character, and intention. Let me tell you something. Single moms scare off men without motherfucking intention.
Mike, don't do that, Mike.
Let me say this, because I've been a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
We don't be worried about y'all. Let me say that first. Let me preface by saying that first. Y'all be summoning us, because y'all be getting up in them comment sections and talking about us. When we be posting our kids and stuff, or when we post a man who actually wants us, y'all jump in the comment sections and call this man a simp and start antagonizing him. So then we don't have no choice but to start talking about it. Your preference is your preference. We don't care. Quite frankly, you probably shouldn't be a stepdad. You may not qualify for that.
Matey, I just be saying they not my preference. That's all I say.
Hold on, are you?
Your
And
type.
guess what?
That's all I say.
Date your
I
type.
guarantee you though, I don't be all over line. Shout out to my husband, but even before my husband, you didn't catch me online talking about what my preference was. It's my preference. Why I gotta explain it to the world? Why I gotta explain that to anybody else?
Well, because his
That can be
preference
solid.
don't want him. Because if your preference wanted you, you wouldn't even care about what your non-preference wanted.
And
How do you communicate your growth journey to someone new without overwhelming them when you have been single for some time?
When you say your growth journey, give me an example.
I've been engaged 4 times.
Did you go through with any of them?
No.
Man, maybe don't mention that too soon.
You gotta be, but I'm gonna say this because sometimes we have to be really careful of how much information we give to a person who's new, because they can start seeing us as a resource. If you can see that I have endured a lot,
Right.
if you have seen that I've been able to go through all of these trials and stuff like that to become the person I am, you really have sharks in the water, honey. You have manipulators, you have people who are controlling, you have people with personality disorders, narcissists, and everything like that who will see that. They peep it in the way you talk. Just how nervous you got. A narcissist can stand right in front of you you and say, oh, I got her. She lacks confidence. Oh, and then they see exactly, they look at you and they say, I know exactly how to maneuver. I know how to play on you. I know how to manipulate you. We don't always have to give that to people. The reason why I named my book Safe to Love is because I need to know if you are safe to love. And I need to know if I'm safe to love as well. If I've just met you, I don't know enough about you to give you my whole inner world. I need to know that I can trust you with my inner experiences. You have to show me that there is some safety and security here. You giving it away way too soon, honey. And it's going to be, if you've been engaged 4 times, I wonder what really happened. It's going to be, and I'm not just putting that on her. It can be that person as well, but it can be the wrong person who puts up a very good mask that comes to you. And you told them, I went through 5 years of this. And they say in their mind, I got 5 more years for you. And you think they have good intentions when they do not. I think because of the way you asked the question, I really think you lack discernment. And I think that's something that you really need to work on, is learning how to discern even in the dating spaces as well. They can see the woman that you are now. That's good enough for them. They let them see what it is, who you are now. That's what matters. Now, who you were 5, 10 years ago, you done walk through the journey that God has for you to get to where you are now. Be happy and be proud of who you are right now. Like you were saying, whenever somebody has to always tell their story, they're not really proud of where they are. They're still attached to their past.
Yeah.
We have to let go of what was in our past, because that was what held us bondage in the first place. We've been rescued from our past. So I want you to see the person that I have become and learn to love the person that I am in front of you right now. Unless they asking you about your past, leave it alone, honey.
Now,
Leave it alone.
I agree. Period. Can we talk about the flip side?
We sure can.
Some people got stuff they do need to explain, though. Now, respectfully, four engagements need a very good explanation.
If you were a previous side chick, how do y'all feel about disclosing it in your future relationship?
I feel like it's certain that you just got to take to the grave with you, know. Because I can't see how admitting to being a career side chick is going to make you more attractive in your new situations.
I disagree. Who in here played spades before? Right. When somebody don't disclose their possibles, that's how you lose. The for sure books is the relationships you actually got and y'all was committed, boyfriend and girl. These are the official ones. But I tell you, those possibles, how many times you been a side chick? How many situationships you've been into? How many friends with benefits that's still hanging on? Because when you don't disclose those possibles, that's what really be y'all up. That friend that he still got around that he didn't have to disclose because that's not an official ex, but that's the one he secretly still covet. It is those other relationships that come haunt you. Tasia?
They gonna hold you accountable for the that you told them, okay? So only tell a man the things that you need to tell him that's going to help him navigate you better, okay? Because what happens is when you disclose all the things, he's going to be like, I'm getting them flowers. I'm over here dating you properly, and damn, you gave it up for less. You gave it up for that didn't even want you, that had a wife, that had a girlfriend, that wasn't even showing up, that wasn't spending no bread on you. And now you want me to come in and be Mr. Gentleman, okay? Unless it's going to help you navigate your heart better, you never tell it. And my words of my good sis Kira, lie.
Here's the thing.
God. That's the first thing that's gonna get them in trouble, when they started lying. Because once you start lying, you have to continue. It won't stop.
Someone that will cheat with you will cheat on you.
Mm-hmm.
So we can try to act like these are isolated incidents, but if you are a willing participant for over 6 years and helping a man hurt another woman, it's hard for me to believe that when you get with a new man, you won't also be a willing participant in hurting him. Unless you have been through therapy to acknowledge that that's no longer who you want to be, as opposed to just saying, I'm different, let me cover this up. We all have a past, and we all have wounds, and we all have things that we work through. The shame that you carry and how much you want to keep your past a secret is usually evident to how much you have changed from that past. Because I can say, as a former, I can say that with pride. I can walk into any conversation with the pride to say that with my chest, because that's no longer who I am. And I don't have to hide my past from anybody because that past is no longer identifying me. When you're trying to hide that character trait that you had it in you to do that to someone for 6 years straight, you may have not have dealt with that or healed from that. So my suggestion, self-work. This season of self-work, am I ready to forgive myself for what I did to this woman for 6 years before you think about how a man is going to look at you for the fact that you did that for 6 years?
Listen, if you have to lie in a relationship, it doesn't worth it. Because once the lie starts, it's not going to stop. I don't believe in keeping stuff from each other. You know?
Yes.
Have you
This channel is so good to listen. Oh my God, they have 1.2 million subscribers. It's really interesting. A lot of people come up with some relationship issues, and you know, they get some good advice, especially from her, Kitty. I like listening to her because, you know, when other people, well, everybody have different views on how others should deal with a relationship, but Kitty, she's so, I mean, I like her advice because she always talk about God.
How do I get my husband to acknowledge me to others other than how do I get my husband to acknowledge me to others other than I'm a other partner, someone other than wife?
Baby, does he recognize you as his wife?
Not to anyone other than me in the house.
Are y'all
Been
legally
married going
married?
on 15 years. We've been together for over 20.
And he's never acknowledged you as his wife outside of the household.
No, not to anyone else.
Does he wear a wedding ring?
So he never wore it because he's an electrician at work, and he said he don't want to get electrocuted.
Yeah, right.
Okay. You don't believe, though, that he is unfaithful?
Oh, no, he is. He has been. He's been unfaithful from day one.
Certain behaviors tell you that, Ace. Certain behaviors tell you that.
He was dating someone on his job.
Really?
I knew about it. I told him to end it. He chose not to end it. And then I said, well, I prayed on it. God transferred him to another location. So he got transferred to another location. Then he got retransferred back to the location where his so-called fling worked. And then I said, God, you sending him back to where his fling is working?
You said a lot of things about God that was very relative to what the devil does. You said a lot of things about God and you contributing it all to God, like the devil does not speak and work as well.
Well, true, but I hear, when I speak of things, I know when I hear God.
I don't believe just listen to you because I know God is not the author of confusion. I don't believe that you took this to God when you first married. Because God, I know when people say, I hear God's voice, and sometimes it's your own conscience. And when you have been in such chaos and confusion and doubt for so long, sometimes you are not sensitive to the spirit. So it's really hard for you to be able to know and distinguish if it's God's voice or if it's the enemy's voice or yours alone. I don't believe that you invited God into that process to begin with when you first married because you were filling a void just based off of what it is that you said. When we get into those moments of prayer with God, it needs to be very personal, very, very, very personal. This man is breaking you down. God acknowledges his kids, and he wants the man of the house to acknowledge his wife. This man is not acknowledging you. He does not see you as a wife. You see him as a husband, but he does not. That means that you two are not one in spirit.
Amen.
Y'all have not reached that threshold yet. Just because you lay with somebody, when you lay with somebody, you are one in flesh. You're not one in spirit yet.
Damn.
How do you rebuild yourself and set boundaries with someone you're married to, but the marriage is dead? I heard you say the marriage is dead. Is it any way that it can be revived?
He's even said that.
You don't believe that it's dead?
No, I do. I think I'm just beginning to accept it for myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's in terms of you want to go to God and you bring it to the altar, but then you pick it back up, kind of a thing.
Okay, baby. I'm gonna talk to your heart right now. We have to stop trying to take control of things that we give to God. When you release it, it belongs to the Lord. Let Him fight this battle. When the enemy has worked in our marriage so much and he has dismantled our marriage, we try to pull from our own strength, but we find strength in the Lord. And let me explain to you why. When we go through these type of situations, we get anxious. When you get anxious in the word, it means that you are divided in mind. But God will give us a perfect peace. And perfect peace means that He joins together what has been divided. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to the Lord, and He will give you a peace that surpasses all understanding. I say that to you because when we go to God and we bring up gratitude, this is the reason why when we pray, we lead with gratitude. I lead with a heart of thanksgiving, because every time I tell God, I thank you for showing up in the moments where I felt so low. I thank you for healing this wound. I thank you for staying beside me. I thank you for your refuge. I thank you for your rampart. I thank you for your love. You start to see God's faithfulness and you start to see His goodness. And before you know it, what you were anxious and worried about is neutralized. That fear is neutralized because I've leaned into God's understanding. Let God fight this battle. Go in prayer and call on Jehovah Nissi. I am calling on my banner right now. I'm calling on Jehovah Jabor, the Lord who fights my battles. I'm calling on Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals my wounds right now. I am calling on Jehovah Jireh. I need your provision right now, God. You are the God who counts my tears. You know my sorrows. You've been down to hear my cries. So I trust God in this situation. I don't care about what my husband says is dead because I have life in Christ. So I know that what is dead inside of me, God can bring it back to life. Take your tears to God. Stay at His feet. When you mad, take it back to God. When you sad, take it back to God. Before you know it, you're going to feel this comfort that no human being could ever give you. Trust God. That's all I'm going to say, baby. Keep God right at the center. He going to heal your heart.
That's true. You know, nowadays, a lot of people don't believe. So it's gonna be really difficult. People like to have control over their life, you know. But what she's saying is true. All right. I'm gonna go and she have longer videos. Oh, this is 3 minutes. Okay, hold on.
Taste our world. Celestial Seasonings Tea.
Have you guys seen the girls that are drawing all over their shirt with a Sharpie just to see if the bra actually gave them a lift? Well, we're about to try that too. I've got my line.
Speed.
Now let me try my bra.
No, they don't have speed on this.
A lot of rhetoric we hear online is that single mothers are less valuable on the dating market. Do you feel like that is fair?
Hold on.
Fair is the wrong word, but I think.
Oh, no. Where's the speed? Give me a second, guys. It's a 3-minute video, so the speed is not there. I don't want to get any copyright. Hold on. Playback speed, all right. It's normal. All right, let's put it up a little faster. Okay.
think there's truth to it.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is there is a level of disqualification that's going to happen because a man that is high earning, high value has a lot of options. Now, does that make that woman a bad woman? No. Does it make her unworthy of love? No. Does it mean that it's never going to happen for her? No. But odds are most high value, high earning men want what they want. And sometimes the extra baggage of children, not to say that children are baggage, but you know what I'm saying, that that's not going to be the choice. And also, I think too many women are letting too many men baby mama them more than once.
Imagine having a woman that can change the course of your life emotionally and spiritually, and you disqualify her because she has a child that can also guide you in your personal, financial, and spiritual journey. At some point, we have to level up emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and acknowledge that children are not the standard to.
All right, guys. Even though these guys are talking good, I like to listen to Kitty.
What
Her
are realistic
knowledge-
red flags when dating?
The moment that something happens, you have to
Hold on. She have so much knowledge to impart, and I like listening to her. You know. So.
What are realistic red flags when dating?
The moment that something happens, you have to look and say, okay, does this violate my values? Will I have to compromise or sacrifice something of myself to maintain this with you? Because if I have to sacrifice something or if I have to abandon myself to be with you, then that's a red flag glaring in my face.
Yes.
And that means that I need to take a step back. If I see that you just don't have the...
Hold on, it's like a bit too fast. All right, cut on my speed to
foundational qualities to be with me or to maintain anything that I'm trying to create, then absolutely that's a red flag. Now, when we start talking about foundation stuff, a person lying to you, a person...
Hold on, Kitty. You're going too fast right there. All right, let's bring you back. 1 minute. All right, that's all.
person who's deceptive, a person who already comes in talking about their exes every single day, a person who violates your boundaries, a person who talks bad about their parents, a person who doesn't take care of their kids can be a big red flag. But you really have to know yourself. And the problem is people don't know themselves. And I say this all the time. People who don't know themselves and people who have low self-worth don't trust their own judgment. And so they see the red flags, but they ignore those red flags because they don't trust themselves. And that's where the problem actually is.
Ooh.
That's about red flags. All right. Somebody asks, is this why forgiving cheating can be difficult? Hear what Kitty have to
How's
say.
biz, Ash? Great, especially with the help of zero accounting software. I can keep my cash flow flowing by giving customers more ways to pay. Search zero with an X.
It takes a lot of forgiveness after infidelity to recover from infidelity. But that becomes hard because now I have to grieve what I believed you to be. I have to grieve what I believe that relationship to be. I have to go through these levels of grief. I have to go through this emotional distress. Now my brain is in overdrive because the side of me that's trying to figure out why you did it is battling all of these emotions. Right. So now I'm anxious. I'm having panics.
1 minute. The thing is, men don't care about women's feelings. Well, not all of them. So all these emotions and stress that a woman goes through, most men don't care. You know?
I'm doing all of that because the very person who's supposed to be my comfort and my safety was not. You are my source of betrayal. And I always talk about this. I always talk about partner betrayal because partner betrayal is so real. That's a different type of betrayal. Yeah. We're not talking about like your family or your friend betraying you. We're talking about somebody that you gave and you trusted to have your heart. That's what we're talking about. So yeah, it takes a lot of forgiveness, but then you have to start looking at yourself as well. And that's hard. You're already trying to believe that this person didn't do this because of a flaw that I have. But then you start comparing yourself to the person. Was I not good enough? Am I not worthy enough? Am I not lovable? Am I not desirable? Are you tired of me? And then it becomes a personal thing. And you can't even put the flashlight on that person because you're criticizing yourself. And then you start minimizing yourself just to be enough for that person. And you start pedestalizing that person. Then you start prioritizing what they need and you lose your identity. And that's what makes it hard when it comes to infidelity.
Hey. All right. Let's see. I heard this guy here when the man saying I wouldn't marry a single mother. No. Let's see if it's on the charts, because he described how men really think about relationship. I think I listened to him the other day, and why do some men pursue women? Is it that one? All right. And someone is saying, all right, let's listen if it's this one. Because
Why do men pursue women
Yes.
when they are not ready for a relationship?
all right. This is crazy.
Because I'm a player, and in order to be a player, I got to play a game. So I run game on you because my goal isn't to catch, to keep. It's to catch and to catch and to catch. I want to collect you. And when you say pursue women, what am I pursuing? A lot of you all are mistaking the man's attention for his intention. You think that just because my attention is going there, I'm pursuing you. No, I'm pursuing that box you got. I'm pursuing that self-esteem because I want to leech it. Because when I drain yours, it makes my cup full. You're going to pour into me well before you pour into you if I run my game right. And here's the thing. Part of my game is making you feel like you're the only woman in the world. And that's why we do this little dance here. I call this manipulation some type of foreplay. Because the better I am to you, quote unquote, the easier you give me what I really want, which is access to you without the commitment. So guess what I'm going to do? Say all the right things. I'm going to be vague. I'm going to be non-committal. And guess what you're going to do? Treat me like your man, even though you are only an option to me. Guess what? You tell your girls, he's so consistent. He send me good morning every day. Yes, I do. Along with girl B, C, D, and E.
Oh my God.
I pursued you, not for you. I pursued you for me. Sometimes men womanize, not because they want something serious, but it's because they're trying to cover a hole inside their heart that's been there for so long. And the only way I can do that is taking hit after hit after hit after hit of new woman after new woman after new woman.
But
Because
you're
when I
feeling
conquer you, I
empty
feel
at
like a
the end.
man.
Oh my
Let me
God.
tell you something. I don't feel like a man at work. They overlook me. They belittle me. I'm not the man when I go out in the city. My car ain't like his or his or his. I'm not respecting my community. But when I get on your body, ooh, I feel like a man.
Oh
I
my
take
God.
hits of you because I'm addicted to the thrill, not because I'm addicted to your heart. So this is why I pursue women when I'm not ready for a relationship. Anybody else?
Oh my God.
You good?
Kitty can't say nothing.
Thank you. Thank you. I apologize.
Why do men pursue?
Oh my
Is a man who is willing to take care of you, the kids, and the household, but has no ambition worth staying with.
When you say take care of, what do you mean?
He pays all the bills. He take care of the kids. He step in.
How he do that with no ambition?
No, he got money. I want more.
You know what?
And he's complacent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ah.
In the year when the job market is cooked, when the housing market is cooked, when people are walking away from their children, you got somebody at home that is paying your bills. He is taking care of you, and he is taking care of your kids, and you are figuring out, should I leave him? Are you
Yeah,
cool?
that's crazy.
Unfortunately, for a lot of men, there are so many women telling them you have to be more ambitious. And it's because they want the ambition to look like what they want it to look like. But his ambition is waking up every day and going to work, waking up every day and showing up for my children, showing up for my home. Like, that's just as ambitious. You know how ambitious you have to be when you are going through depression. Your girl is telling you you need to do more, and then you don't feel like you're good enough, but she don't know the mental and emotional and spiritual battles that you have and how you still trying to show up for your home. That's ambition, baby. Take a moment, read, I think it's 1 Timothy 5:8. Because what it talks about is a man who neglects his home is the same as a man who denies his faith. This man is taking care of his home. There is faith and grace in that. He is being provisional. He's still leading. So we have to acknowledge that, because if not, you're going to lose that. Like, that's a gem, baby.
I make my own money. I make
Okay.
more than him.
Ooh.
Right?
And you said he pays all the bills?
Yeah.
And you make more money?
What's the problem? What's wrong with you, lady?
You mentioned that you make more money than him, and I want you to know that was not done by mistake. That was a systemic thing that was put into place so that the Black woman can be elevated to start looking at they men like they're not doing enough. It is very intentional, the fact that you make more money, and even though your man is showing up for you, you start looking at him for like, why can't you do more?
The fact that this man is covering the bills, even though he knows you make more, let me tell you what he's doing. This man is willing to maybe put things on pause so that you can elevate. Think about it. What you make becomes almost just yours. What you choose to do, you have the freedom to pivot and pivot and pivot. Try this, go to school, because this man is saying, I'm going to sacrifice and take care of the foundational things so that you can have a choice whether or not you want to work or not. And so when you saying that man lacked ambition, I just think it's ambition in a direction you can't recognize.
Amen. Oh man, some of us don't even know what a good relationship is. All right. I don't want to play those too long because I can't adjust the speed on the charts. All right, let's see what these ladies have to say. This girl here, she asked a guy she dating for $50 to test him. Was she wrong? That's crazy.
I can't keep track of all my subscriptions, but my BFF Experian can and could help me easily cancel the ones I don't need. Get the Experian app now.
I've been dating a guy for 4 years off and on. I asked him for $50 and he told me not to get used to it.
I don't want to go in. I want to ask, is the like going through something? Like, do he need $50 too? Like, are you asking?
I don't know what he's going through, honestly.
I'm triggered.
Why you triggered, Ace?
Because
She doesn't truly know what he's actually going through.
we don't.
That man could have gave her the last 50 he had.
How the woman that need the $50
Oh, no.
judging me for barely having it?
No.
You don't have it at all.
Like you just said, you would fake up like just to see if this is gonna come through. Oh, I don't need your $50, but I want to see if you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm getting sick of this. I got a problem with you trying to justify playing with it.
I'm not playing. I'm trying to stop dating.
Sweetheart. You didn't need from him. And then you said you didn't know or care about his financial situation. You don't give a okay, mama, you playing with him. If you want to see if it will do for you, put him in position to do for you. Who give a about you usually want to make other people's lives easier, more pleasant, more joyful. So if the nigga hadn't put no bread on you yet and got 4 years out of you, you didn't warrant that from the jump.
Okay.
Don't pick year 4 to start playing in this nigga face.
Okay.
Some of these people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Is this true about women who date men who are projects? What do they mean by that? Can you punish and forgive a person at the same time? I don't know. What the hell? Let's hear what Kitty have to say about it. Is there a good excuse for cheating?
Don't you think that cheating is a character flaw? Like, instead of lacking in the relationship, something lacking in the relationship, something lacks within them.
Yep. We do have to understand that sometimes people just make excuses for unexcusable behavior.
Damn.
Many times it is a problem within themselves, okay? Whether that lies in the fear, whether it lies in just pure selfish behavior, whether you just do things because you want to have fun, you want to try something different, whether you are trying to relive your teenage years, or whether you're trying to relive something that you weren't able to do. And sometimes what people tend to do is they cheat and they like to point the finger at the other person. No, you need to point the finger at yourself. You made a selfish decision because when you enter that relationship with that person, when you two agreed to have a relationship, a monogamous relationship, you two agreed to be committed to one another. That means that all bets when it comes to cheating were off the table. So if you decided that you want to do something like that, point the finger at yourself and don't point at anybody else.
Is this true about women who date men who are projects? Let's hear what she said.
A lot of women are used to dating projects. that you have to be a mother for, right? And if you run into a man who's actually healed and, you know, a man of some stature, a man of some integrity and things of that nature, a lot of women, unfortunately, don't know how to show up for that man. Because she's so used to being a mother, she don't necessarily know how to be his partner because she's not used to having that type of man around, right? So people tend to lean toward what they're comfortable with, unfortunately. And unfortunately, a lot of women are comfortable dating projects, even though they complain about them.
Now, and on the other end of that, amen. Because this can be layered right here. And I'll speak on one side and then I'll move to the next. Let's say that this woman is constantly being disappointed, or she has tried to allow a person to show that they are responsible and that they are capable. And she was met with frustration. She was met with disappointment. It was constant things that they dropped the ball on. And so she's had to compensate by being controlling, or she's had to compensate by trying to, you know, exert herself when it comes to responsibility, or she's had to compensate by having to be that parental figure. It could be that, because we could be talking about compensation. And then the other side of it can be certain men actually do not know what they're supposed to be doing as a man in a relationship.
All right, so I want to hear what these guys have to say, especially him. It is why some toxic people string others along. Oh.
That's the reason that you picked her, is because she didn't put herself first. The reason I am here is because you choose me over you. You compromise or sacrifice and give of yourself at your expenses to make me feel good. You fill me up, although you've been drained. And this is why I like you. And here's the thing. Oftentimes people think someone's presence is like a validation of their love for them. But no, sometimes it's just you too convenient to let go. When you say unconditional love, oftentimes that means for a lot of women, you let it just run all over you. And so I just want you to understand, sometimes for some men, this is why this person is stringing you along, is because you're refusing to let go of the rope. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault here, but I'm saying toxic people are people that are not healed, are in a great space, are looking to pray. They're not going to let you go willingly. You feel me? They're not gonna be like, oh, let me stop around Keisha and fucking up her blessings. They're not gonna say that. So you have to say, I'm done with it. Right. And you have to move on.
Right. You're learning. He's giving some good advice. Is this true about stepping out your comfort zone during dating? Let's hear what he said.
Your type be getting you fucked up. Please do not be afraid to get outside your comfort zone, because just outside of your comfort zone is an opportunity for growth. Oftentimes you don't even know what the fuck you really like. You let society tell you what a good man or woman is. You look for a paper mate, not your soulmate. Here you are looking at the vessel and not what's inside. If you're one of those people that always think it's piss inside the dating pool, you don't go nowhere but brunch, to go hookah, and work.
All right, that's enough. Okay.
I'm saying, you ain't been outside nowhere for real. Actively dating, trying different things. And I'm just saying, like, at some point, try new experiences, new levels, new places, new people to be social with, get new friends. And when you change your environment sometimes, in the process of upgrading yourself, you stumble across that nigga you're really supposed to be with. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to be intentional, because here's the thing. In order to get the man of your dreams, you have to be the woman of his. And it's this overwhelming, and oftentimes we are not that. We think we are upgrading ourselves just because we raise our standards. But did you raise your qualifications to meet it?
I moved your meeting, and your car will be here in 5.
Huh. All right, I know this.
My wife cheated on me multiple times emotionally before I decided to cheat back physically. Following that, she decided to cheat back physically to get even.
Okay, emotionally you mean what?
Conversations, I love you, I miss you.
Ooh. Why did you have to cheat back? What could you not resolve within yourself?
So in 2020, she cheated with the help of her family. 2025, she cheated again. I gave her 2.5 months to rectify that. She told me he had feelings too.
Oh.
Is she here?
She's number 3.
Is it?
is number 3. Now listen, I need what I need you to do.
Number 3.
And step to the side a little bit. What is your question?
Would you be okay with your spouse still being close friends with the person he cheated on you with?
You leaving out.
This was his sister.
You still cool with the person you cheated with?
Yes.
That's
your-
why y'all can't heal the dang
Right.
marriage.
Oh no, so that's like your
This
sister.
is not
you saying?
marriage.
No.
You just told her that.
We're close friends, like sister.
You ain't no close friends with somebody that you cheated with.
Do you love this man?
I did.
You did.
Do you respect him?
Again.
No.
This is another hard part that nobody wants to admit about women. We could lose love for you, fall in and out of it occasionally, and then you learn how to get those googly feelings for him again, right? The minute that respect is gone, it ain't never coming back. Women don't know how to re-respect you. So the fact that she is comfortable disrespecting you, playing in your face, cheating, doubling back to cheat again, telling you, the person that she made vows to, that I don't want to hurt him, there's absolutely no respect present in this relationship, and it's impossible to regain respect from somebody once they are comfortable disrespecting you.
Stop the madness. Can I ask you a question? Just for the sake of humanity and compassion, why would the two of you come publicly and dishonor each other
like
in
that.
this way? Why would you do that? You speaking about her like she's not here, and then you coming up and in front of 2,000 people saying you don't respect a black man that you sleep with every night? What kind of madness? What is that?
That's crazy, man.
Why would you do that to each other and then say we're married? Help me.
It's perfect. They are in love. Y'all could keep this going for at least another 4 seasons. If y'all need an agent to sell this, double down on that, because that is special. That's like Bobby Whitney, the Bronx version.
That's just crazy. Relationship.
My wife cheated on me multiple times.
Okay,
Emotion.
we get it, bro. We get it. All right. There's some good advice in here. Let's listen to her.
I would say my current partner gets upset when I call on my kids' father for help with certain things.
For just like the kids, though.
No.
Oh.
How much is the income difference between them two?
The ex is an old, so he's making some coins.
A woman wants to know that her feelings are important. A man wants to know that his thoughts are respected. So if you respect this man, set up an agreement with the children's father that every 1st and 15th he sends you X amount of dollars, and what you don't get out of that, then you and your partner figure out how to make it happen. Don't disrespect him. That's very disrespectful.
She said, I agreed to be with him. I didn't agree to be broke. And here's the thing.
Yes, Hold you on. did.
No, but that's
Yes, you did.
no, she did.
She did.
Her action did, but she ain't accepting that, because here's the thing. Isn't this dynamic? Imagine that man. You're choosing me now to be a partner in this relationship, to be a leader in this relationship, and we agree to do life together. So when there's a challenge, me and you gonna figure it out together. And this is how we build our bond. You are taking our ability to build our bond away, because what you do is you look for an escape route in another man. And here's the thing, not even one where it's just paper. If it was just for the kids, like you said, 1st and 15th, you call that man and asking for money. And let me tell you what, when you were in a relationship with that man that was financially secure, that was part of y'all dynamic. When you were in that relationship, you used to ask him for money for this and this and this and this. And in that, there's this emotional exchange that happens between these relationships. And right now you get to still do that. First of all, do you think that man will provide for his kids if you didn't talk to him 3 times a week?
Yes.
So you're talking to him because you want to, not because you have to.
And he's answering because he's got an underbelly there. One day he gonna ask you for something.
If he ain't already been asking, if they ain't already doing.
We are not having that conversation.
Look, man, look. Hey.
Okay, hold on. Be honest.
Is the relationship between you and your child's father, maybe not from just your side, but is his side towards you? If your partner looked through and heard every conversations that you're having with your ex, would he feel like there was inappropriate conversations?
Yes.
Now,
So you know you wrong. What you doing?
I would say my current partner gets upset when I call on my kids' father for help with certain things.
For just like the kids, though.
No.
Oh.
How much is the income difference between them?
All right, let's.
I've been in a 7-year relationship. I know you're going to get on me. I asked my partner for a ring. He put it on layaway. I told him he has a year. It's been 9 months. Do I continue to wait or?
Baby, listen to what you just asked us, honey bun.
I know, yeah.
As a matter of fact, repeat it.
I've been in a relationship for 7 years.
Pause.
I told him.
Ask me the question again. I've been in a relationship.
For 7 years.
Pause. I've been in a relationship for 7 years.
Yeah.
I had to ask a man of 7 years to buy me a ring. He could not buy me a ring, so I had to ask him to put it on layaway.
Mm-hmm.
I had to ask this man, listen to yourself, woman. Listen to yourself, baby. I had to ask this man. I had to ask you for a commitment. This ain't about the ring. 7 years of my time. You didn't want to marry me. Because if you did, you would have found that out at 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, 1 year, not even past 2. We're talking about a man here, baby. Men who know, get out the driver's seat. That's not your place right now. That shows a level of desperation. Stop being desperate, woman. It don't take no man 7 years. Did it take you 7 years for Paige?
Oh, ma'am.
It didn't take my husband no 7 years. I ain't seen no man in my life ever have to wait 7 years of a woman's life. And then she had to ask you to take the initiative to get a ring. I want you to take this conversation. I just want you to sit in the mirror. And I want you to say, God, present yourself right now. And I want you to talk to God about 7 years. And ask God, what man did he have to sin that had to wait for 7 years to decide if you were a wife? You made the decision. Stop playing God, woman. Stop playing God. You are a woman. Remember how beautiful you are, how much power you got, baby. You don't have to be desperate for love. Love is at the door for you. You don't got to be desperate for that, baby. I want you to love yourself, Black woman. I want you to love yourself, Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to love yourself, Black woman. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
I
Thank
want you
you
to love yourself, Black woman. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I don't care about the claps. I don't care about the applause. You have a destiny. And your destiny does not mean that you have to wait on somebody else to match your destiny. Whoever God has for you in your destiny, where you are destined to be, it's going to be there. And it ain't going to take them 7 years. So I want you to love yourself, Black woman. For one moment on their microphone, say, I love me.
I love me.
Say it one more time.
I love me.
Say it one more time.
I love me.
Scream it.
I love me.
Say it one more time.
I love me.
All right.
Good job. I love how this girl talk to people, man. She really have a lot of knowledge about relationship. Okay, when a man glows up, her husband retreats into silence for a month.
Is it normal for a married man to retreat to solitude when conversations get tough for months?
What's happening in that solitude?
He will go into the basement.
And you'll have no interaction during that time.
Not even 2 words.
The only place I can hide in the house with a woman I no longer want to be married to is in my basement. Period.
You ready for the next question?
Because when a man is in the house and he does not want to talk to the person he lives with, it is a problem. We're going to go to childhood. We're going to go to all these different things, but maybe his problem is you.
You lucky that we almost that we.
No, I'm just saying. Sometimes that nigga. No, I'm up. Yes.
Now she said that he was in there for months.
Yes.
We're not going to excuse that because we as women don't get a chance to lock ourselves in a basement for months. and not be able to talk to you.
Yes.
We still have to show up as a wife, right? I still got to show up as a wife, as a confidant, as a friend, as a therapist, as a cook, as a sex slave, and everything else. I got to show up, right? I can't sit and play on games for no months.
Exactly.
So therefore, y'all men need to get that under control. When your wife is talking to you about a tough conversation and a concern, stop hearing it as white noise and hear it as a woman that God assigned to you and treat her the way that you're supposed to treat her. So we're not going to keep on excusing this. We're not going to be telling women it's because he don't want to be married to you no more. It's because he has not developed the capacity that he needs to develop. That is his responsibility. Y'all want us to play therapists and show y'all how to be men in these relationships. Figure it out.
No. Clap it up. I love it. Clap it up.
Gotta teach
Clap
them
it
how
up.
to communicate. Figure it out.
Yes.
I agree with you, which further drives my point home. It sounds like that man quit. And a lot of times men don't leave the relationship, they quit on it, so you leave. Because guess what that allows me to do? Blame her when she leaves. She broke up my family. She took the kids. She this and she that. I get to not be the bad guy because I made you leave because I quit. I stopped fighting. I stopped trying. I stopped arguing. I stopped communicating. I didn't want to go to therapy. I went to the basement and I waited for you to get fed up enough to leave me. Because when you leave me, I get to cry to my friends and say, she don't understand me. It's not a safe space. And it gives me that sympathy card. I'm telling you, I know somebody that's quitting on a relationship when I see it. And everything they said just further highlights my point. A man that cares just a little bit would say more than 2 words to you.
Yeah.
And so
Let's see. Oh. One more, and then we're gonna end the live. Let's get to one of these videos. What is this about now?
Meet Canceline. She's a credit ripper. She doesn't know that canceling older credit cards when they're paid off can decrease.
She explicitly said the man was dirty.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a difference. Now we can understand if you got a couple of dishes in the sink and stuff like that, we got to pick up maybe some of your socks or something like that. We understand that. But this is why society brought up weaponized incompetence. Because some people, because of their role in the household, especially people who feel like because I pay all the bills, I can pretend to be incompetent because I know you're going to do that. And so then when we start leading this conversation into why is this woman not sleeping with me? Why does this woman not want to touch me? Why is she emotionally disconnected? Because when we start talking about this from a sociological standpoint, when we start talking about we just lay all of the domestic labor on a woman, plus all of the emotional labor on a woman, and you still want her to be present, but you are pretending to be incompetent, which is what that person is doing because she said dirty.
Okay, can I get some clarity then?
Yes.
Okay, what if the man, he don't clean, but he straighten up? He don't clean, but he straighten up. We good with that, right?
No.
We good with it. We
No.
straighten it up, right?
This guy is funny. Is it true that some men's goal during dating is to keep what?
You're confusing. You think that just because I don't want you, that I'm cool with someone else having you. If I see you moving on, poof. Hey, stranger, because I don't want you moving on. You are my collectible. You are the person I want to have in my life when I want you, when it's convenient for me. How would you answer my text at 3 a.m. if you were in a relationship with I need you single? My point is, quit thinking that just because a man doesn't want to be in a relationship with you doesn't mean he wants you in a relationship with somebody else. So if I see you on the gram posting you out on a date, I want to put a stop to that. And some men do it just to prove that they still can.
Why men is so selfish, man? Oh my God. He's admitting it. He don't want a woman, but he still don't want a woman to be with somebody else. That is so childish. Gee.
Can. And the fact that I know he still can is because he liked your today and you at this mic asking the question right now. This got control. What I'm saying is some people want to play mind games. And this is why you got to close the door, because if you leave it open, oh, I'm going to be amicable. I'm going to prove I'm grown.
Men just waste women time and waste their time. Jesus Christ. You know the amount of things people can do. Play games. I mean, when you're teenagers or whatever, young love, but when you get older, you don't need to do them stuff there. You're grown. You're wiser. Oh.
We can stay friends on social media. You allow this person the access to pop into your life and take over your mind again. Sometimes y'all leave these men physically, but you leave the door open to him having access to you emotionally. Block that man and
They just like the excitement. I think that is it. Nothing more than that.
move on.
That's a relationship is a lot of work. Oh man. There was one that I saw. Was it recently? Where is it? It was this guy that came up and was talking about where did I see it, man? It's not that one. All right.
How do you communicate your growth journey to
I
someone?
went through that one already.
What advice can I give my friend who is pregnant by an inmate? A little more information. She's a CO.
Oh.
What is a CO?
How long he gonna be there?
A year and a half left.
Okay, we can make this work. How long he been in there?
8 years already.
Oh, okay. That did something felonious. You know how you got love after lockup? This is love during it.
How far along is she?
She's due in January.
Lock the baby up too, goddamn. Lock the baby up too.
He's getting out in a year and a half.
Yeah.
This woman knew when she started dating this guy in jail. She knew his release date. So that means that she had every intent on doing what? Being with him once he was released. And so if she really feels that way, you know, on a positive note, maybe he'll get out and he'll be able to acclimate to society and he will have a second chance and they'll be able to have a real healthy, you know, family.
What's up, Dimitri?
The problem is a lot of women are in situations where who's locked in other situations all the time.
Yes.
So she's with this in prison. Circumstantially, he might only like her because she's available.
Yes.
So when he get out, that
Yes.
may not even be her no more.
Yes.
That is for the streets.
I'm gonna give you the best advice I have for this. She there already. And I'm gonna make this larger than just this situation. I just don't want y'all to continue to double down on dumb. There are times in your life that you know that you should put distance between you and the man that's only there to distract you. She got distracted from her job by a man that can't even go to the restroom when he wants to. And I don't want to sound like I'm trying to like stab at this, but I'm saying if a man ain't got his own freedom, how can he be the source of yours? And I wish the best because there's a child involved. I'm going to speak to what he said though. Right now, you are the only option. You are the only woman naive enough to get pregnant by me in jail. And so right now I have you. Now listen, this is not me villainizing this man. Maybe this man has changed his life. He gonna get out and he gonna, you know, but let's
He ain't gonna.
Wait a minute, I was gonna say, wait, Ace, he could be other employees at the job. You can't say this is his only option.
Hey, inmates, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Next question.
That's just a crazy world we live in. What? This one here. No.
1/8 plus 1/8 equals 1/4. 1/2 is bigger than 1/3, and 1/3 is bigger than 1/4. 1/2 is.
If you have a baby by your friend with benefits and find out afterwards that he is married, would you tell his wife or not?
So you didn't get a clue that he was married while you was f***ing?
None whatsoever.
So did you go over his house or he came over your house?
He lives in another state, and so.
So he came to your crib?
Yes.
You never been to his? When you call him, do he always pick up?
Nope.
Sometimes, no.
See, this is what the I'm talking about.
But what's crazy is it's like, why didn't you do everything that you could have done to figure out that this wasn't married and not, why is this with you when he's married?
We can't do that to her here. Because and the only reason I say that is usually I don't stick up for bullshit, but that was her friends with benefits. It's not like outside of like health that she was due some type of extreme investigation into this man's life. If we're gonna keep it 100 about the people we just be around with, as long as you not out here making me look crazy and bringing something to me, that's about the most investigation people do.
But see,
her
that's
question is, should she blow up the spot? Because he's hiding a child.
Yes, on Christmas.
Go full Pusha T. Put a diss out. Just drop a diss record on this and send it to his wife.
Is this true about a man's ability to compartmentalize sleeping around?
Just because y'all can't compartmentalize when y'all dating, don't mean we can't.
So you want to talk
Right?
about
So I think at the end of the day, compartmentalization, we can have sex with multiple women and still be courting y'all the way that we need to.
I'm glad you said
the way
that.
that we need to. But
Baby, I don't
unfortunately,
never get
y'all
hot.
don't pick men who are capable of doing that, and then y'all villainize all of us for y'all terrible decision making.
And let me
You
tell
gotta
you
address
something.
that.
No, let me tell you something about compartmentalization, because I had the pleasurable experience of having a couple just the other day, and this man compartmentalized and tried to excuse the reason why he kept on going to a sex parlor to have sex with other women instead of his wife. Y'all ability to compartmentalize is not always your strength. Sometimes it's your weakness, because your ability to compartmentalize sometimes take away from a woman's essence. Sometimes that ability to compartmentalize is the reason why you can't connect with a woman emotionally.
Goosebumps.
Let's
What you
talk
gotta say now, nigga?
compartmentalization.
Ain't you the f*** up?
No comment.
Period, kitty. Sometimes it's your
Come again.
End of the day,
Don't say y'all.
compartmentalization, we can have sex.
Come
Just
again.
because y'all can't compartmentalize when y'all dating, don't
That's the
mean we
problem.
can't.
So you want to talk
Right?
about
So I think at the end of the day,
Don't say y'all.
compartmentalization, we can have sex with multiple women and still be courting
And
y'all the
you-
way that we
okay,
need to.
I'm glad
and
you
dating
said
y'all the way
that.
that we need to.
What? This is a thing that women need to understand about men. They're built different. Women can't be doing the same thing that men does. We are too emotional. Men can do these things and it doesn't bother them. When are women going to understand this shit?
Too, but
Baby, I don't
unfortunately,
never get
y'all
hot.
don't pick men who are capable of doing that, and then y'all villainize all of us for y'all
Villainize.
terrible decision making.
And let me
You
tell
gotta
you
address
something.
that.
No, let me tell you something about compartmentalization, because I had the pleasurable experience of having a couple just the other day, and this man compartmentalized and tried to excuse the reason why he kept on going to a sex parlor to have sex with other women instead of his wife. Y'all ability to compartmentalize is not always your strength. Sometimes it's your weakness, because your ability to compartmentalize sometimes take away from a woman's essence. Sometimes that ability to compartmentalize is the reason why you can't connect with a woman emotionally.
Goosebumps.
Let's
What you
talk
gotta say now, nigga?
compartmentalization.
Ain't you the f*** up?
No comment.
Period, kitty. Sometimes it's your weakness.
They can't connect with a woman emotionally. You hear that? Because of compartmentalize, and that means sleeping around with many partners. And what somebody here said, they ate you the F up, and no comment at me. To actually brag about that is not a flex. It's a big red flag. And his big age, he knows better. Oh, somebody again said also, women who want a husband should listen to Kitty before they listen to anybody else. That's true. Yeah, I like how she reason. And here again, they say, you don't want to smoke from Miss Kitty. Oh, you don't want no smoke. Oh. She made a good point. Notice how he was able to let it go because she was right. Take note, ladies. Somebody again said, sometimes it's your weakness. Never a wiser thing was said. This lady said she will break it down every time. She did it again. Yep. All right, let's go listen one more. Every time I say I'm gonna close the live, but it gets interesting, and I'm not sleepy, so I might be up for the next hour. I don't want this live to be too long because I know people don't have the time to sit and watch live so long. Or maybe you guys can watch half of it and go back and watch the next one. All right. Sometimes I like to listen how these men think and how Kitty can break it down. All right. What is this guy saying? Is this true about being an effective leader in a relationship? Oh, let me hear what Tim have to say. Is this true? Is this true about being wifey material to men who haven't to?
So why is it that I can be wifey material doing all the right things? A guy can say that he really cares or loves you. You have everything together, but you're not his choice at the moment.
You misunderstood something. Just because I want you to be in a relationship with me doesn't mean I'm in a relationship with you. Just because you go with me doesn't mean I go back with you. And here's the thing, when a man says, I'm not ready, that doesn't mean you get that ready. That means you listen, because here's the thing, an unready man is ready to hurt, ready to lead on.
I think these guys really enjoy telling women how they really feel about them. Even though it's a panel, they're just really telling you the truth. This is how they really feel. And we women need to open our eyes and wake up. You need to listen to the men. I listen to Kitty, but I listen to the men mostly, what they're saying. Because I'm sure a lot of people who has gone through a relationship make so much mistake. And they just in their head and they don't listen. It's not even listen, because sometimes the men, they don't say nothing. They just act, just their action. And their action tells so much, you know? All right, let's carry on.
Ready to waste your time. And you are listening to a man tell you he's not ready. And what do you still do? Be his wifey type? You are being a wifey to a man that ain't even your boyfriend yet. And you are questioning him instead of questioning yourself. What about your self-worth makes you feel like giving those intimate, deep parts of yourself to a man that ain't even committed to you? My point is, if he ain't ready, say next. You deserve better than being placed on layaway by a man that may not ever get you out of that. My question is, if you thought you can get the man you deserve, why you waiting on the one that ain't ready yet? So maybe if you upgrade your life, you heal yourself and you get to where you need to be, then maybe you will have a higher standard for men to reach over that deserves your wifely type qualities.
Right? You hear that, woman? Men are telling us, I don't need to love on yourself more. And stop putting your trust 100% just in a man. Focus on our life and know our worth. All right. Can you punish and forgive a person at the same time? Let's hear what this guy have to say now.
You can't punish a person and forgive them at the same time. You can't. The whole performative thing, you got to do X, Y, and Z. Like, yes, there's a roadmap to atonement, but that does not include further persecuting a person for something that they did. And I'm not saying that every man is like this. Again, I don't even want to pretend that most men are like this. But the man that understands that he made a mistake, his conviction is going to do much more to him than you ever could. Him realizing that I've put my home at risk, I put my foundation at risk, I hurt the woman that I love, the woman that pours into me, that's gonna fuck him up more than you being mad, more than like him having to walk on eggshells, him having to, you can't punish a person who heart punished him first. So if his heart hasn't punished him, there's nothing to forgive. There's nothing to work on. There's no, like, check his heart first. If he not up about what he did to you, there's nothing to talk about.
Listen, woman, listen. All right. What is that now? Is this true about why some struggle to communicate inside?
There's a lot of men who are terrible at communication, but there are some men who are great at it.
and still run into brick walls when it comes time to express themselves to their woman, right? So we got to accept the fact that some women just don't take information well when they are the cause of the issue that the man is bringing to them, right? Like they want communication about how hard my job is. I'm tired. My best friend snaked me, man. My mama tripping. My family want this from me, all that. And all that. They open ears. They sitting down with their therapist legs crossed with the notepad and everything. Open ears to listen to you, right? But when it comes time for me to sit down and tell you about what you're doing wrong, it's not as open. It's not as much of a, okay, I'm going to sit here and let him get at least a complete thought out before I jump in and I interrupt him before he gets across what he's trying to express. So again, if you want your man to be more communicative, ladies, let me give you a tip. Stop interrupting him when he's coming to you and he's trying to express himself. Acknowledge the fact that it took him a lot to sit down and talk to you in the first place. So when I sit down and I try and you interrupt me every 4 words, and then you question, damn, why don't my man talk to me? He talked to his friends, he talked to everybody, but he don't talk to me. It's because you can't shut up and accept what it is that man that loves you more than anything in this world is trying to get across. So again, if we want more communication, let's open the door for it.
Oh, did I play this one? Oh, I think so. Okay, let's hear this one.
Welcome to Slimar Kitchen. Let's see what we have inside.
Do you recommend a single woman with no kids to date a guy who got 4 baby moms and 5 kids?
So my question is this to you:
Is
this man a good man?
It just didn't work out with the other 4.
Okay, so
the other 4 were the problem.
Exactly. So this man is a good man to you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you love him?
No.
Y'all just started a date.
Yeah. What?
Okay, hold on.
So
And you
wait,
knew from the beginning that he had 4 children with 4 different baby moms.
He told me.
Are y'all?
Yeah.
You number 5.
Hold on. Important
You
question.
number 5.
Hold on. Important question.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hold on.
You're not in love with
Blink
her.
twice if y'all use protection. Oh, girl. You know I love you. I love you.
Hold on. I missed that part. What did she say this?
Yeah. What?
Okay, hold on. And you knew from the beginning that he had 4 children with 4 different baby moms.
He told me.
Are y'all?
Yeah.
You number 5.
Hold on. Important question.
Be number 5.
Hold on. Important question.
That's fine.
Hold on. Whoa. Blink twice if y'all use protection. Oh, girl. You know I love you. I love you. I love you, but that's how he got the 4 other kids. Can I ask one more question?
Surely can.
Okay. No, and we need this. I just want it for context because maybe this man has grown. How old is the youngest?
9 months. Twins.
Jesus Christ.
Girl, that woman hormones is still balancing back out.
No, sir. No, sir. We have a rewind now on it. What? No. Rewind and come again. What do you say?
Do you recommend a single woman with no kids to date a guy who got 4 baby moms and 5 kids?
See, so my question is this to you: is this man a good man?
It just didn't work out with the other 4.
Okay, so
the other 4 were the problem.
Exactly. So this man is a good man to you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you love him?
No.
Y'all just started a date.
Yeah. What?
Okay, hold on. And you knew from the beginning that he had 4 children with 4 different baby moms.
He told me.
Are y'all?
Yeah.
You number 5.
Hold on. Important question.
Be number 5.
Hold on. Important question.
That's fine.
Hold on. Whoa. Blink twice if y'all use protection. Oh, girl. You know I love you. I love you.
Why you like?
I love you, but that's how he got the 4 other kids. Can I ask one more question?
Surely can.
Okay. No, and we need this. I just want it for context because maybe this man has grown. How old is the youngest?
9 months. Twins.
I have twins. Oh my gosh.
Girl, that woman hormones is still balancing back out.
This girl. Oh my God. Stay with their lives, man. What the hell? Wrong with these people? Mercy. She's been in a situationship for 8 years. What's your best advice? I'm not even going to look at that. Why would you want to be in a situationship for so long? Is this what women really want from their partners? Oh, let's hear this one. Is this true about dating with walls up? Walls
Dating
up.
with walls up, and they're waiting for the man to prove that he's worth it for her to move forward. And in that process, you aren't reciprocating his effort. You aren't showing up. You're not showing up the way that he needs to. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is that you're hiding behind your fears because you feel like, well, the last time I opened up, the dude played me or it didn't work out in my favor.
Yeah.
But it wasn't you opening up, it was you dealing with the wrong man. And you got to be able to recognize, if anything, being more vulnerable and open will expose him faster. You don't drive out darkness with more darkness. You need light for that. You see what I'm saying? So
You better cook. Okay.
so cook it. So you got to make sure if you want dating intentional means being truly ready for love and something serious. So I think everyone needs to make sure they're healed first so that they can truly open up and show up the way that they need to, because no one should be chasing after anyone. It should be two people making a mutual effort to build an amazing relationship.
That's risky. Good advice, but who knows if it's gonna work? She's dating a married man that wants to leave his wife for her. Wow. Let's hear this one.
I date a married man, and now he wants to leave his wife.
No.
That's not what I signed up for. That was not the agreement. If Jesus can rise on the third day, you can too.
What the hell?
Okay, all right.
How do I soften the blow? By telling him if he leave his wife, he leaves me too.
What the hell?
I respect the camaraderie. She's trying to keep the marriage together. And I respect that.
Oh, she don't
She said I'm not a home wrecker.
I don't
I will
wreck
come in and f your up, but I won't wreck it. Okay.
Again, and I just want to give you your credit because there's a lot of women out there that'll be dating somebody that's in a marriage and a relationship and be under the delusion that if that relationship was to dissolve, then we gonna have a prospering relationship after.
But can you imagine being that man? No, your home, access to your children, and forfeiting this wife, this good woman that you have, to leave her for the woman that you've been kicking it with, up your home with.
Yeah.
And when you go to her, she said, "Ugh, I don't want to cheat her."
Right. And that's what you deserve.
Like,
And that's
can
what you deserve.
That's some crazy shit. Like, ugh, I don't want no cheater. Like,
You think I wanted that?
what? Can you imagine that?
Yeah. That is why when you take a vow, when you go into church and take a vow, you must stay by your vow, because once you break that vow, you don't have all kind of problem. People should take vows serious in a marriage. I'm saying relationship, that's different. But when you're in a committed relationship and that was joined by vows, you have to take those very serious. Is this true about why some modest women get overlooked? All right, let's hear.
What up, chat? What up, chat? This is Simu Speed Runs. All right, today I'm going to show
Modest
you some of my
women.
top speed runs. No cheats, no.
Why do modest women get ignored versus the wilder women?
I think the answer to your question may lie in the definitions. A more boisterous outward personality, like that's going to get noticed faster. Like if I modestly walk through the room, that means I just walked from one door to the other, didn't make no noise. I wasn't focused on nobody. I just went where I was trying to go. A modest woman is the same thing. She's not centering herself around a man. She's not centering herself around attracting a man. Now, the thing about that modest woman, what may feel like getting overlooked, you have to understand, a man is not looking for a modest woman until he's ready to get out the game. And a lot of dudes is just out here around. So it's like, if I'm just out here around, I'm not looking for a woman that's trying to get out the game because I'm enjoying the game. And right now, I'm not going to be one of the people who say this generation. I am going to say it's a lot of games being played right now, though. So a lot of people not looking for modesty on any side of it, because it's plenty of good women who just don't make noise. But right now, men are being coaxed into wanting more noise than anything else. So a lot of dudes is going after noise. Keep doing your modest thing, sweetheart, and be glad that the men that are overlooking you are overlooking you, because
Good.
most of them will probably waste your time.
Yes, I like that. Good advice. Some women are blessed to have that knowledge from early. Some women just don't get it. Even when they get old, they still making the same mistake. Is this true about men being open about their emotions? Let's hear. Do they?
Big dog, you're not Superman at all. Because the thing is, no knock to your analogy, Clark Kent is not that man's true identity. He actually is Superman in real life, and Clark Kent, who he got to pretend to be for everybody else. Big dog, you're not Superman at all. Stop pretending to be more than human for these women, bro. Because that's why she denies your humanity in situations like you do train a woman. Like, but bro, when you show up with no emotions and you like, bro, I'm good. Like, I'm straight. No, I got it. She gonna get used to that. And she gonna think that in situations, even when you are under duress, even when you stressed out, that you got it. So she's gonna make a habit of not checking on you. Even if she do check on you, she's not gonna investigate. I'm fine. I got it. She's not gonna check your capacity because you've been guarding that from her, dog. For what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you denying your own humanity. And that's one thing I do gotta to jab men about. And like, Ace, you leaned into this. We can't keep talking about how women don't respect our emotions and make room for us if you gonna show up without the emotions, G. Fellas, regardless, if you don't practice identifying your emotions, being able to articulate your emotions, knowing when it's right to express them and when it's not, bro, you're gonna be bad at that forever. And it's not a woman's responsibility to let you know when you're safe. That's on you.
Right. So we have 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna close the live. Let's hear from Kitty. I love listening to Kitty. Is this robot man's ability? Oh yeah, I watched that already. This lady is so wise. Is this about men who date men who are projects? Is this true about men craving emotional safety in relationship? They do? Kitty. Is it true that overlooking red flags? Most men who desire multiple men can't provide. Really? Okay. 5 more minutes, guys, and I'm gonna close the live. Even though nobody's watching.
How many times we gonna act like having multiple women ain't in a man's nature?
The wife is walking up. The wife is here.
Hold on, come here.
Now, I admire you as a wife because I am a wife. But I'm going to ask you, why is your husband coming up here asking that question?
He just wanted to know.
But when men say it's in their nature, when men speak on that, it's usually an excuse for their behaviors that they have. And they don't want to acknowledge that. And we're also listening to men who don't
Hold on there. So wait there. The man, oh, my new wife want to know. Okay. Well, at least he's honest. He want to know why men, why they cheat. Why is it in their nature? All right, let's hear it again. There he is.
How many times we gonna act like having multiple women ain't in a man's nature?
Oh, he's not asking, he's telling. He's telling this is how they truly feel. It's in their nature. They're polygamous by nature. All right.
The wife is walking up. The wife is here.
Hold on, come here.
Now, I admire you as a wife because I am a wife. But I'm going to ask you, why is your husband coming up here asking that question?
He just wanted to know.
But when men say it's in their nature, when men speak on that, it's usually an excuse for their behaviors that they have. And they don't want to acknowledge that. And we're also listening to men who don't even possess the qualities or the character to be able to navigate that many women.
From a woman's perspective. From a woman's perspective, though.
They don't.
From a woman's perspective.
No, I'm speaking for the men who are usually having this conversation. The men online who are usually having this conversation are not the ones who even qualify to have multiple women to take care of them. When we talk about, no, let me just say this real quick. When we talk about having multiple women, we are not talking about financial provision. We are talking about women. That means that you have to have the emotional capacity, the emotional intelligence to deal with multiple women, different layers. When we talk about women in motherhood, this comes with different responsibilities, different needs and things like that. And most men don't have that. Most of the men who are speaking on this are selfish men who are simply just trying to have women for their own selfish needs.
Right. Sorry, what? Let me see how long we have left. Oh my God, 1 more minute. Rewind. Come again, Kitty.
How many times we gonna act like having multiple women ain't in a man's nature?
The wife is walking up. The wife is here.
Hold on, come here.
Now, I admire you as a wife because I am a wife. But I'm going to ask you, why is your husband coming up here asking that question?
He just wanted to know.
But when men say it's in their nature, when men speak on that, it's usually an excuse for their behaviors that they have. And they don't want to acknowledge that. And we're also listening to men who don't even possess the qualities or the character to be able to navigate that many women.
From a woman's perspective. From a woman's perspective, though.
They don't.
From a woman's perspective.
No, I'm speaking for the men who are usually having this conversation. The men online who are usually having this conversation are not the ones who even qualify to have multiple women to take care of them. When we talk, no, let me just say this real quick. When we talk about having multiple women, we are not talking about financial provision. We are talking about women. That means that you have you have to have the emotional capacity, the emotional intelligence to deal with multiple women, different layers. When we talk about women in motherhood, this comes with different responsibilities, different needs and things like that. And most men don't have that. Most of the men who are speaking on this are selfish men who are simply just trying to have women for their own selfish needs.
Oh, wow. All right, guys. Come to the end of the live. I want to thank everyone who was watching. If you came on the live and you just get off, that's okay. I know it's late and everybody's asleep, but I couldn't sleep, so I just stayed up and just do this live. I really enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed it also, guys. Whenever you come to watch this live, please remember to like and subscribe, all right? And please share and click the notification bell so you will get notified whenever I'm gonna go live again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Have a good night.